Well, hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This morning I'm just getting ready a little bit here and then I am going to be taking you guys to the Goodwill outlets, also known as the bins. Y'all, this has been one of my most requested videos throughout my entire life of my channel. You guys love seeing all of this stuff that's at the dumpster and I love taking you along with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for the day and then we are going to hit the ground running. So let's go. Well, good morning everybody and welcome to our bedroom. That sounds kind of weird. I'm going to be taking you guys with me to the Goodwill outlets today, also known as the bins. We're gonna go through and see if we can find anything good. Sometimes I have excellent luck with this and other times it's like just a barren wasteland. Like it literally looks like you're walking into the dump. And so, like I said though, I've had some of my favorite finds found here. So today we're just gonna get ready here really quick. Hey! And then we'll take you in. Okay, so you guys know that I have been on a journey of trying to find good makeup with quality ingredients. So I decided to get some of these Merit products and it comes with this cute little, it's like a corduroy bag. So when I was doing research on great makeup brands, Merit just kept coming on my feed over and over. These guys are a minimalist beauty brand that are vegan, they're cruelty-free, and they're non-comedogenic, which means that they are formulated with ingredients that are not going to clog your pores. I'll move over here so you guys can see this in the lighting a little bit better. I'm gonna use their priming moisturizer to get a little bit of love for the skin. And the thing that I was looking for the most when it came to like my makeup, something that I've never used. Y'all, look at this. I am starting to get like sunspots. That is an indicator that I should have been using SPF this whole time. I have been terrible about that. So this is called the Uniform, you guys. This is my very first tinted SPF that I've ever owned. And I feel like with my age, this is necessary. Okay, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on. You can see that it's just like smoothing out my skin and making it so it's not full of so much texture. Okay, y'all, and this is like the product that they're known for. It's called the Minimalist, and it's like a foundation slash concealer stick. So I like to just use it like under my eyes a little bit and then to cover up like any acne or anything. And I'll just blend it in with my finger. I think because I have so many freckles, I do like to try to keep my foundation pretty transparent. And so I'm going to use a little bit more of the tinted SPF as my foundation as opposed to this, but this can do really great for coverage. But because it's summertime, I want to see my freckles. Okay, and I got their little blush in a like bright red color. And this might sound crazy, but I saw that Victoria's Secret models, that they use like bright red on them. They just use it in like very small amounts. And listen, I'm not out here trying to look like a Victoria's Secret model, but I'm also not trying to look like a Victoria's Secret model. So I went ahead and got the red. I'm trying not to have blush blindness. I know that this is a thing in 2025. And then I'm gonna come in with this little bronzer stick. I probably should have gotten this maybe in the shade darker, but that's okay. This is a little bit safer. And then a quick highlight. And then I'll just blend it all in. I love how this stuff feels on my skin with me, you know, being in my mid to late 30s. I need some moisture in my life. Okay, and then I just finished up with a little mascara. You guys can see that this mascara has such a natural coverage. It defines my lashes and makes them much darker, but without making it look like cakey or anything like that. And I just love that for this natural look. So here's before. Here is the after. I love this just glowy, dewy summer look. If you guys are interested in getting some of Merit's products, you can get 15% off on exclusive sets through my link in the description, and you can shop these exact products. All first-time orders get this cute little makeup bag, as well as free shipping on orders over $40. Okay, y'all, well, I'm gonna get dressed, and then let's hit the bins. Okay, so starting out here, I saw this really pretty basket with these leather handles, so immediately I was drawn over to this, but unfortunately I did see some damage on the corner over here, and then again towards the back. And then I came over, I saw this beautiful ticking stripe material on this pillow. I thought about just taking the material off of the pillow and just purchasing that, but honestly I just didn't really know what I would do with it, so I did wind up leaving it behind. I thought that this little ball of acorns was really cute. Like, I loved the texture of it, but again I was like, what would I do with this? Like, I don't have a place for this in my house. Next, I saw these really cute placemats. I felt like they were great quality, however they're not really quite my style. And then I saw these Nike shoes, but they were not my size, so again I had to leave them behind. I thought that these cowgirl boots were pretty good quality. Honestly, I don't even know how much these would be like if you bought them new, but again they were a little bit too small. I'm always drawn to these Better Homes and Gardens cookbooks. I love the like red and white kind of like gingham checkered front, and they always have like such fun photography and recipes on the inside. I saw this cute little basket here. I thought that the shape was really sweet. I'm not a huge fan of handles, and I didn't love that it was kind of like multicolored. But then over here I saw this beautiful print. Unfortunately it was so wrinkled up, I think it was unsalvageable, but how cute would that be in a little girl's room? You guys know that I am always drawn to leather, and I saw this super nice leather belt, and this brought me over into the clothing section. Now, I don't typically spend a whole lot of time in the clothing section of the bins just because I feel like everything is so like used typically, but I did find a couple of cute pieces. I always see these like crocheted blankets and whatnot, and y'all, it just breaks my heart to think about all of the time that went into creating these only for them to end up in a landfill. So it just made me so sad. This little white pillow that you're seeing here, I actually did wind up picking this up, and I realized that I forgot to include it in the haul, but I thought it would be cute just, you know, to use for like an accent pillow. I found this really nice LL Bean gingham shirt, but I wound up leaving it behind because I just thought about the likelihood of me actually wearing it, and I just don't think that I really would. There was this perfect jean jacket from Old Navy. It was adorable, but honestly I have enough jean jackets in my life. And then I took a look at this next one, but it was pretty ugly with like all of the rhinestones and stuff on it. But over here I found these adorable denim jeans from Arizona, and I just know that these are going to be perfect for Lily whenever she grows into them. Oh, this is actually a pretty heavy metal cup.
No, that's a cup. That's for like Moscow meals.
Yeah. Hello.
And I just bought my eye drops. Perfect fitting.
I always wanted this version of Little Women. That's so cute. These are really nice. So they got like the plastic or the...
Oh, I was just looking at that.
Yes. What is that one? The Mercer Boys and Summer Camp. I don't have any antique books that are this color. Right. Well, I always like to look at the copyright date too.
Here's one from 1942.
Wait, here we go. What is this? Uh-oh. So you guys can see here that there were lots of like kind of vintage to, you know, probably not antique, like vintage frames that I found around here. This cute little cotton piece. I love this little wall sconce with the mirror and the thing for the candle. You guys know that I'm always looking for wooden hangers, so I was super excited to find these. And then just a few more little vintage prints here that I saw. There were these 3 prints in particular that I was really drawn to, and it was these bird prints, and y'all know I had to pick these up. So let me show you my haul. Okay, y'all, well, we are back. I actually have a haul. I'm not gonna lie, the last few times that I've been to the Goodwill outlets or like the bins, I've had such poor luck. Like, so poor that I didn't even film inside. It was just like, it was absolute garbage, and I've had such bad luck, but today I actually found some pretty good stuff. Let me go ahead and show you guys what I found for today's haul. Okay, so first I'm thinking clothing, maybe. I don't typically look in the Goodwill bins clothing, but today a couple of pieces did catch my eye. I've talked to y'all before that I am typically looking for fabric over shape, if that makes sense. Like, if a fabric quality catches my eye, then I will pick it up and look at it. But if it doesn't, if it's like just straight up polyester, then I won't even pick it up, which is funny because I'm wearing like literally the only polyester shirt that I own right now. This was my sister was giving this away in a garbage bag, and I found it and I thought it was cute. So you know what? It was free. So there you go. Okay, so my first find today was this shirt from J. Crew, and I actually did take these and wash them, and I left them in the dryer for a little bit long, so that's a little bit wrinkled, but that's okay. Let me go ahead and show this to you on. I will say that it's a large, tall, which I didn't really take into consideration. I think I've mentioned this before, but there's no like mirrors, there's nowhere to try on anything in the Goodwill bins. It's just like, grab it and see if it works. I just really liked the gingham pattern on this. Oh my gosh, this is definitely, look at this thing. This is way too big, darn it. I will say that I like the gingham part of it, but I feel like, can I make this work for me? Yes, it might work, but do I want to force my clothing to work? Or should I just be buying clothing that already works? Okay, so let's see if I roll up the sleeves. If I can make this look kind of like cute and slouchy. I think I was hoping that it would have more of a structured feel, or like maybe a little bit thicker. Like, this is definitely just like a guy's work shirt, you know, like something that he would wear with slacks into an office or something like that. And I'm wondering if I'm trying too hard to make it work. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments. All right, my second clothing find was this little skirt. So I can't tell if this is supposed to be a skirt or if it's supposed to be a slip. And I'm also not 100% sure on the material. If I had to guess, and I want you guys to kind of give me your best idea with what you can see. I'm guessing that it's either 100% cotton or maybe a cotton linen blend. You can see that it has this little lace across the top. It's so cute. It is adorable, and I just thought it was so pretty and white. I'll give you guys a better look at the detail on the bottom. It was just so pretty. But I will say, I didn't really think about this in the store, but I did think about it as I was holding this up to you. I'm a little bit concerned now that this might be see-through. So let me also try this on and we'll see how it looks. Okay, so here is this skirt on. I have mixed feelings. I mean, I like the length of it. I honestly don't have a ton of skirts that I really love, but I think it might be a little bit see-through. Like, oh yeah, you can definitely see my underwear right through this thing. Oh, so is it worth it to keep it? Probably not. But listen, this is the beauty of the Goodwill bins, is that I can buy something, bring it home, and if it's not exactly working out for me, then I don't know. I only spent like a few cents on it. Like, it's not too bad. Part of me is wondering though if I could find like a slip. I don't really own a slip. Would that help with the underwear lines? Maybe, I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comments if you have ever worn a slip before and if they actually do any help. Okay, and then my last clothing piece is these cute little jeans. I'm not gonna lie to you, these don't fit anybody in our family right now, but I just thought they were so adorable. They're little Arizona. Here's the tag, I guess, right here. But they're just cute. They're like these awesome little cotton, kind of vintage style 90s jeans. So these won't fit Lily this summer, but hopefully they'll fit her next summer. Okay, so while we're on fabric, I found this little, it's a hairnet, just kidding. Although I guess you could try to make that work. No, this is a bowl cover, and I know this because I literally have this exact same bowl cover that I ordered off of Amazon. I don't even know, maybe a year, 2 years ago. I have one on my bowl in our kitchen all the time. And I got these originally for like sourdough, you know, if you're like letting it sit overnight to just be able to cover your bowl. I typically use the larger one, but I do have another small one like this. And these can be used for anything. Honestly, if you are making something, like I said, if you're gonna let it sit overnight, or if you're eating a bowl of food and you don't feel like trying to find some kind of storage container for it, this has a plastic lining. And so I realized that I had washed the others and I did not wash this. So sorry if there's some, you know, mysterious things on the inside, but you can just take this and cover it and it should keep your food fairly fresh for at least a short while. Okay, this one Rosie was freaking out over. It is this Little Women book. You guys, oh my gosh. Really quick, let me look up how much this is online. Okay, so I just looked it up and this was done by Rifle Paper Company. This like type of illustration. They've got all kinds of books that they do. And we have, oh, it's a birthday gift from Grandma and Grandpa. Sorry if I'm outing whoever gave this away, but we have some of these. We have, okay, so I guess the only other one that we have right now is a little princess, but she also did, this is like Anna Riflebond, the person who does all of these illustrations, but she has a version for Heidi and she has a version for Anne of Green Gables, and they are all so cute. But look at this one. All of the detail and the thought that went into it. It was just so cute. And Rosie loves the Little Women movies, and she's really been looking forward to starting the books. Literally, when I brought this home, she grabbed it and took it immediately up to her room. I had to go back and get it in order to show you guys. But at the bins, all of their books are 3 for $1. So this was 33 cents. Oh my gosh, and I feel bad. I can't remember what our prices at our bins are. I think it's $1 like 65 per pound or something like that. Because we're in the Midwest, our prices are really good. Listen, that's why y'all shouldn't move here because you'll ruin it. Just kidding. Okay, so practical things that we always need. Josh and I have all wooden hangers in our closet, which many of you guys have seen. I think that it looks so nice, and that was my original reason for doing it. So many of you have commented saying that you can fit so many more pieces of clothing if you use like those flat velvet hangers. Here's my argument in return. If that works for you, that is so great. Go ahead. For us, I like to have less things. I have noticed that the more my closet is cluttered with tons of clothes, the more overwhelming it feels to me. So if I am only able to get like 40 pieces of clothing as opposed to 60 or 70 pieces of clothing in my closet, that's okay with me because it forces me to be more intentional with the pieces that I buy, the pieces that I keep, and which ones I let go of. It also keeps my clothing slightly farther apart. Like if you think about it, if you are cramming a bunch of clothes in with these flat velvet hangers, yes, you can fit a ton of clothing in there, but all of your clothing is going to be super wrinkled because it's just smashed in there together. So I actually like having the wooden hangers because first of all, it looks really beautiful, and it also separates my clothes enough so that they are not completely like smashed in there. It also keeps me from being overwhelmed. Thank you for all of your concern, but we will continue to be using wooden hangers, and they are expensive, so I always buy them from the bins. Oh, I forgot that I got another little book. So I thought that this color was really interesting. I don't have any books that are this color, and I know that we're kind of past like all of the spring fever, but I think that this would be really cute to decorate during springtime. The book is called The Mercer Boys in Summer Camp by Capel Wyckoff. Okay, and we're gonna have to do some research again here, okay? This is copyright MCMXXIX. Let me put it in my phone real quick. Okay, so don't make fun of me for not immediately knowing Roman numerals off of the top of my head, but this stands for 1929. The next little score that I found were these pieces, these little wooden prints. And you guys know how I feel about wooden frames, how I feel about birds. And I just loved it. Okay, I have another picture of this type of bird in my room. And I'm looking at it right now and I cannot remember what it's called. Should I go over and look at it? Let's go into the room. Or at least I think it's the same bird. Let's compare and contrast, just like in school. Okay, this is the same kind of bird. Am I right? Am I wrong? Look at the faces in the top of their head and the back of their, I didn't even realize this until right now. That's got to be the same bird. Okay, so what is this? Dang it, there's not a word for it. I thought that the name was gonna be on it. Darn it. Anyway, it's a cute little guy, right? Okay, but if anybody knows what the name of this type of bird is, it's not a turkey, it's not a quail, something else. Okay, so we've got this little guy. We've got a horizontal one of this little blue bird here with a little stick. And then we have my favorite bird, the pheasant. So y'all know that I love me some pheasants. I've got like multiple pictures of pheasants in our house. I am debating on where to hang these. I would love to hang them all together somehow in some kind of arrangement. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to wind up doing it, but I just thought I would show these to you guys and we will find a place for these in the future. And lastly is this wire basket. Here's the thing. I probably don't need this. I've told you that round things, they kind of stress me out because they are not great for storage. I always prefer square over round, but I just thought that this was so cool. It's probably not a real antique or anything, but maybe it is. I mean, look at that wood. That's like some pretty good looking wood handles, right? I have one of these in our kitchen where we hold all of our fresh fruit that we just keep on hand all the time. I swear those kids cannot keep their hands out of that bowl, and that's exactly how I wanted it. That's what it's for. And I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing with this. I will say I have been trying to be better about our storage solutions for our like basement storage. And I know I talked about all of that in my basement makeover video, but I would like to be able to store things in some prettier containers and not just Amazon boxes. Honestly, this could store my thrift finds that I have. So sometimes I wind up thrifting and I wind up holding my stuff downstairs for a little bit before I have time to like film it and show you. So maybe I could use this for that. I don't know, but I just thought it was so cute and I couldn't say no. And again, like I said, this thrift store is so insanely cheap. This thing probably cost like $1. It weighs hardly anything. And you know what? I took it. I just took it, okay? Let me know if you guys have the bins in your area. I know a lot of you have told me that you would have to drive like hours to go to the bins. And let me tell you, it is not worth it. Like, I have gotten some of my favorite things at the bins for almost no dollars, okay? But the likelihood that you would drive 3 hours to go to a BINS and leave with absolutely nothing is so high that I would never recommend that people go on a road trip to go to the BINS. Listen, just go to your local thrift store, support your people, and, you know, move along with your life. But I will say that it is nice to have a BINS where we are, and it's always fun to take you guys along with me. So anyway, thank you to everybody who's joined me on today's video. If you are not already, please consider subscribing. So many of you who watch my videos on a weekly basis are not subscribed. Like, it's wild. I'm pretty sure like 60% of you guys who literally click every single week, but you know, it's fine. Anyway, everybody, until next time, we will see you later. Bye.